Hello there, dear friends, and welcome once again to the Relaxed Fantasy Review. As you can see, some changes have happened, and we are currently in the middle of a move, but very soon we're going to have a pretty awesome looking studio here. In the meantime, I'm going to keep filming and make sure that you guys keep getting the content that you've been getting for the past 6 months. On this channel, we spend our time looking at fantasy of all sorts, from books to movies to video games, and applying the characters within into the tabletop game Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition. And today, we're going to be looking at a character from one of my favorite fictional shows, Steven Universe. And specifically, we're going to have a look at the character known as Pearl. Pearl is an ancient gem from the homeworld, and she spends her time protecting the titular character, Steven himself. But what kind of person would she be in D&D? Well, I've done a little bit of analysis. Let's have a look. Pearl is a 10,000-year-old entity. Her life force comes from the gem itself. She is 6 feet tall, weighs only about 100 pounds. She's very light, with white skin, blue eyes, and pink hair. She has a noble background coming from the high diamond houses on Homeworld and has a lawful good alignment. She in D&D would probably be a high elf. And as far as her class goes, I would say that based on her weapon use and the fact that she swore an oath to defend the diamonds, she fits nicely in with Paladin, specifically the Paladin of the Watcher. She has a pretty decent strength of 16, a very impressive dexterity of 20, a constitution of 14, an intelligence of 18, she's very studied, a wisdom of 14, and a charisma of 12. She speaks Common, Elvish, Dwarvish, and Celestial. As a paladin, she can use all armor and all weapons if she so desires, and happens to be able to use chess set as her tool of choice. She is proficient in wisdom and charisma saving throws, as well as being proficient in athletics, history, perception, persuasion, and religion. She's a level 13 paladin, so she has a speed of 40, a hit point maximum of 108, and she wields a trident. Now, this is a special trident. This is not like the standard kind you get in D&D. It does a d8 damage, and she wields it as a finesse weapon with the speed of a light weapon, since all the gems forge their weapons out of light. She has quite a few different features. The position of privilege, which she got from her noble background, dark vision, fey ancestry, and trance, all from her elven heritage, the divine sense and the lay on hands that you'd get from low-level paladin, as well as the dueling fighting style, the divine smite, the divine health, and because she is a Watcher's paladin, she gains the channel divinity Watcher's Will and Abjure the Extraplanar, i.e., she's really good at banishing creatures that come from outer space. She has extra attack, the auras of protection, the sentinel, and courage, and the improved divine smite ability. And she has a couple feats to boot. She has defensive duelist, the mobile feat, which is why she's so fast, and polearm master, which for the purposes of this particular build, I'm counting her trident as her polearm, so she can use it even though the book would normally say that she can't. And because she's a paladin, she does get some limited spell casting. She's a charisma caster. She, as first level spells, can cast Alarm, Detect Magic, Compelled Duel, and Bless. At level 2 spells, she can cast Moonbeam, See Invisibility, Aid, Magic Weapon, and Blinding Smite. Third level spells she gets Counterspell, which is pretty awesome, Non-Detection, and Magic Circle. And for her level 4 spells, she has Aura of Purity, Banishment, and Aura of Life. She is a combat-focused paladin and spends her time both supporting her allies as well as standing on the front line fighting. She doesn't wear armor, but her high speed makes up for that fact, and as a 10,000-year-old gem, she has plenty of intelligence to back up all of her abilities, since she is one of the oldest characters in Steven Universe. Pearl is a stickler for the rules and is a well-trained fighter that has served the gems for millennia, and she is absolutely a character worth checking out in your game of D&D. This has been the Relaxed Fantasy Review. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below, and keep your eyes peeled for more character creation coming down the line soon. Have a good one, my friends.